welcome to the stage Dr. Marvia Jones.
Thank you so much, James. And thank you, everybody, for having me here today. It's with great honor and joy that I'm here as a proud resident in the Blue Hills neighborhood, where we have our new president, Ms. Linda Brown. So I'm really excited to be here. I believe in neighborhoods, and I believe in the power and the strength of the people who work on behalf of neighborhoods. So I appreciate this opportunity, as I said, and you might be wondering, why does she have these light post things here? What does that mean? And I have them because I'm struck by this campaign that I came across years ago that happened kind of at the turn of between the 17th and 18th century, where, street lights were not a common thing in the American colonies. And so they had to basically, Benjamin Franklin and some other folks played around with different models until they came up with something that's kind of like what became our porch light system, where they had lights along the street, but mostly it was really helpful when people would light lamps that they would leave on at their front porch or at the end of what we might consider our driveway or what have you. And this was a campaign that basically drawed upon the assumption that people were willing to do something that didn't necessarily just help themselves, but helped other people. Because if you think about it, these lights aren't just for the resident. When you leave your porch light on, the person who's a pedestrian in the street, or the person who's driving on a dark road, particularly if you live in one of those windy roads where it's really dark, there's not many street lights, your porch light guides the way for other people. And so I want you to keep this concept in mind as we talk today. So I want you to walk with me or ride with me, because this is technically a roadway, it's not really a walkway. But I want to talk about what it looks like for us to light a path for our neighbors and for each other in our city. As James mentioned, my role is to work on violence prevention with the Kansas City Health Department. And we have acknowledged that with violence in our city, we for too long have been looking at it as a problem that just one sector can solve, or one group of people, or is confined to one area, so only those people need to be concerned. We see it as a system, and so that's the way that I want to talk about it today. So let's think. I've talked a little bit about all of these different groups and how each of them has a role to play. I could go into more detail about each one, but we don't have time for that. And so I want you to just think more closely about how you yourself contribute to the culture in our city and in your interactions with others. People, I'm asking you to put your lights on. I'm asking you to put on your porch lights, your string lights, your walkway lights, your flashlights. Put your lighters up if you have them. I'm asking you to put all of those on to guide the way for other folks and to do what each of us can as neighbors to be a good neighbor to others. The end result could be beautiful. So thank you for your time.